Greetings to all the viewers. In continuation to the textbook of natural products nurturing the livelihood. So, in that textbook, we are discussing about the products, chemical entities which are extracted from the nature, and what is the significance of these compounds, what are the sources of their occurrence, and how they got classified, what important application we can avail in our day-to-day life. These many topics got covered. Later on, we entered into chapter number 1, where the topic is about alkaloids. Alkaloids comprises nitrogen as the essential component, and they extracted from the plants. And what kind of alkaloids are existing, classification, everything got completed, and we entered into the particular compounds like quinine. Entire quinine history of extraction, isolation process, its significance, biosynthesis, laboratory synthesis, application point of view, everything elaboratedly covered. Now we entered into the next alkaloid called morphine. Morphine biosynthesis part is also completed. We are conducting series of sessions. All these are available at the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Now we are discussing about earlier session we gone through the biosynthesis of this morphine, and in continuation to that session we are discussing about rice synthesis. Again, it is the part of biosynthesis of these alkaloid called morphine only, and the rice synthesis follows biomimetic route and is the most efficient reported as the synthesis of morphine. A key step in this rice synthesis will be Greaves cyclization. Greaves cyclization is the important step involved in this rice synthesis, and that analogous to the cyclization of reticulin that occurs in the morphine biosynthesis, right? Reticulin taken as the important intermediate in the biosynthesis of the morphine. This is about the rice synthesis, right? The starting material may taken as the benzene, phenolic compound with the side chain carboxylic acid and ether linkage was taken, and this another fragment of starting material will be benzene ring with the methoxy, and another side chain is having primary amine. These two compounds to be condensed. This is a process called condensation. Condensation taking place between this carboxylic acid and amine, and subsequent cyclization reaction is accomplished in the presence of phosphorus oxychloride and methyl nitrile. So acetonitrile will be taken as a solvent media, and phosphorus oxychloride heating conditions are provided, and here you can notice sodium cyanoboride. Sodium cyanoboride in the presence of BH3. So this is the way a kind of POCl3 acetonitrile followed by a reduction process is accomplished in between, so that you can accomplish the compound where this is the one you can observe, that is methoxy with the hydroxyl remains as such, and here the end we have carboxylic acid will bind up with this compound. So this compound will treated with this carboxylic acid by the condensation followed by cyclization, giving rise to a bicyclic ring system over there. Here you can notice the benzenoid moiety. Here it is the kind of saturated pyridine called piperidine. Simply we can notice the isoquinoline skeleton. Isoquinoline skeleton is located over there. Lithium in the presence of liquid ammonia, tetrahydrofuran, tertiary butyl alcohol. This combination is to be treated. The combination is called a Birch reduction process, so that here benzenoid nucleus is transformed into dihydrobenzenoid one. So a reduction taking place, and here you can notice phosphorus oxyaldehyde and ethyl acetate. This compound is treated with this one. Here the N formylation taking place. Upon the nitrogen formyl group got introduced, formylation taking place. Here you can have dihydroxyethane. This is the one called dihydroxyethane in the presence of tetrahydrofuran solvent, and methane sulfonic acid is the acidic catalyst taking place. Here CH3CO NHBr. So in bromyl acetamide is the another reagent added upon at cryogenic conditions like 0 degree centigrade taken at this condition. So what happens here? We have NCH4 remains as such, and wherever methoxy group is present, this methoxy group where it is present, that will be treated with this dihydroxyethane. So here the protection of the functionality is possible, functional group protection taking place at this carbon atom. And later on, we are having this benzenoid nucleus with methoxy hydroxyl, and that is treated with this in bromoacetamide, so that bromination taking place, this brominated product will be generated within the molecule. You are supposed to go for the rearrangement of this compound is taking place in between, so bromo will be discarded, and this able to bind up with this nitrogen, giving rise to a kind of bridgehead cyclic ring system, right? So this further treated with formic acid dissolving in a water as a solvent, and here we are having ammonium fluoride, hydrofluoric acid, and carbon difluoride, that sulfonic acid. So this is the combination of reagents to be added. Whenever these combination of reagents are added, what kind of reaction taking place? Wherever we are having this protecting group that remains as such, and this is the ring annular system will remains as such, and this nitrogen is taking reaction with the cyclization process. Here the cyclization is carried over. Wherever another benzene ring is there, upon bromo is there, bromo remains as such, hydroxyl is there, that is also affected. Here is the methoxy remains as such, informulated compound is located. So this is the way the kind of intermediate generated. The difference between these two will be here the ring cyclization taking place, here the annulation taking place. So these reagents are responsible for the ring annulation process. Next, let me introduce methanol. Hydrochloric acid and the heating conditions are provided. Methanol, hydrochloric acid heating conditions are able to remove this acetol, hemiacetol will be removed, and here the ketonic moiety is generated. And here ammonia, water, and isopropanol, ammonia, water, and isopropanol is treated over there, so that wherever aldehyde group is there, that is subjected to what reduction process. Aldehyde, if converted into methyl, what process it will be? Oxygen discarded. This is a reaction called a reduction. Obviously, hydrogens added is also called a reduction. So here the first reagent, deprotection of this kind of cyclic system into a ketonic one, and the second reagent is responsible for this aldehyde into a kind of N-methylated product. Later on, let me treat with bromine dissolved in the glacial acetic acid. This is the brominating agent. Brominating agent is treated with this one. And next is about sodium hydroxide, and chloroform is another reagent added. Hydrogen, acetic acid, and this is called formaldehyde. The combination of these reagents, first of all, it is subjected to bromination. Here, the free carbon is supposed to be brominated, and here sodium hydroxide chloroform is treated over. Later on, hydrogen, acetic acid, and formaldehyde, they together able to form a annular system. Here, the ring system is generated. This ring system is called saturated furan ring, and here the puckered ring formation is possible, which is resembling with the phenanthrene skeleton, and this annular system generated, which is called water dihydrocodenone. Dihydrocodenone, why? Because here you can observe the kind of ketonic functionality. Further subsequent chemical transformations are carried in the suitable reagent and solvent media, so that finally you can achieve Finally, you can achieve what compound? Morphine as the final product. What difference you can notice in between? Here is the benzene ring. Here is also the benzene ring. No difference. Here is the methoxy functionality. Demethylation taking place upon this oxygen. Demethylation giving rise to hydroxyl. This one kind of chemical transformation you can notice. Here is the saturated furan. Here is the saturated furan. This is also the similar one. And here is the saturated six-membered ring system. Here is also saturated six-membered ring system. Here is the bridgehead ring system with the nitrogen. Piperidine ring is located with N-methylation. Piperidine ring N-methylation. No difference you can observe. Here we have ketonic functionality. Here enol, keto-enol tautomerism taking place in between, so that here final product will be morphine. This is the way the rice synthesis is proceeded for the transformation of starting material. What is the starting material? Phenolic one component, and in either is about what primary amine taking place. These two are together combined, and further subsequent chemical transformations are taking place, giving rise to morphine as the final product. This is the way another laboratory synthesis called rice synthesis is accomplished. Let me go with after the completion of biosynthesis of morphine, let me introduce laboratory synthesis. Within the laboratory synthesis, the total synthesis of morphine is extremely complex. Complex synthesis of morphine is taking place due to five ring fused system and multiple stereo centers, right? So morphine synthesis taking place with the multiple stereo centers. Obviously, morphine is a chiral compound, right? So that laboratory synthesis of morphine giving rise to that stereo chemistry induced chemical synthesis is possible. This laboratory synthesis of morphine is accomplished by Marshall D. Gates Jr. Marshall D. Gates Jr. is the scientist who accomplished this laboratory synthesis of the morphine in the year 1952. Right? Key features of the synthesis are: initially, construction of phenanthrene nucleus is possible. Phenanthrene will be constructed upon that. Phenanthrene is a puckered ring system with the three annular rings which are located, and formation of piperidine. Piperidine ring is there. That is the saturated nitrogen containing six-membered ring we noticed. Here is the piperidine ring system that should be developed. That is another point to be taken into the consideration for the synthesis of morphine. And establishment of five chiral centers. Five chiral centers are required. Let me count where you can notice five chiral centers within the molecule. Here is the hydroxyl group containing one. This is the one chiral carbonatum. Obviously, this is the second chiral carbonatum. This is the third chiral carbonatum. This is the fourth chiral carbonatum you can notice. And this is the fifth chiral carbonatum. So just now we got how many chiral carbonatums are located in the morphine? Five. Let me repeat once again. Here is first one. Here is the second one. Here is the third one. Here is the fourth one. Here is the fifth one. Five chiral carbonatums are located. Five chiral centers to be introduced into this morphine molecule. Formation of ether bridge. Ether bridge. Where is the ether bridge? This is called ether. ROR ether. This ether linkage is located in between these annular systems, so that molecule is becoming a kind of a ring type of structure, right? So this is the way a kind of morphine molecule will be established within the laboratory. Although total synthesis is possible, it is not economically practical, and morphine is still obtained mainly from the natural extraction of opium. In general, morphine economically extracted from the natural opium poppy only, but certain extent, certain alternative methods are also applied within the laboratory synthesis. So laboratory synthesis included with the Gates synthesis. Gates total synthesis of morphine provided proof for the structure of morphine, right? Gates synthesis is required for the morphine synthesis within the laboratory that is accomplished by the scientist called Robinson in the year 1925. So Robinson is the scientist who established morphine synthesis in the lab in the year 1925. The synthesis of morphine features one of the first example of Diels-Alder reaction. It is accompanied by the Diels-Alder reaction in the context of the total synthesis. This is the way total synthesis of morphine by the gate synthesis is accomplished. I'm taking this called butanol. This is a molecule called hydroxybutanol. This is a starting material for this gate synthesis and to be chemically transformed. Double arrow indicated for multiple reactions accomplished in order to convert this starting material into this intermediate compound, where you can notice hydroxyl transformed into methoxy, and another new methoxy is established beside this hydroxyl, so that dimethoxy, vicinal dimethoxy upon this benzene ring that is located by chemical transformations. And here is the hydroxyl enolic form now shifted into a ketonic form. This is one chemical transformation called tautomerism. Enolic transformed into ketonic one, and a new ketonic group is also established over this. It is in position. That's the reason why again vicinal diketonic functionalities are located. Later on, wherever this neither double bond is present, which is unaffected, and let me introduce methylation followed by nitrylation, so that methyl what methyl cyanide functionality is introduced over the over this olefinic double bond carbon atom. So this is the way Gates total synthesis for the morphine is proceeded. We got this biannular system with the dimethoxy and diketonic functionalities. Later on, acetic acid is the reagent added, and 1,3 butadiene is applied as a reagent, and high pressure conditions are also maintained. High pressure is also maintained over there. So here dimethoxy, and here we have a ketonic functionality, and another ketonic functionality is there that is transformed into enolic one. And here the development of being 1,3 butadiene is a kind of diene, and here it is working like a dienophile. Dienophile to be treated, giving rise to a kind of Diels-Alder reaction. There is a Diels-Alder reaction. Diels-Alder reaction is proceeded, and wherever side chain is there, that unaffected, that is CH2CN. CH2CN is unaffected, and the triannular system got established. This is called phenanthrene ring skeleton. And the hydrogen is meant for that reduction process. Copper chromate is the another reagent added. Copper chromate is the reagent added in addition to this hydrogen, right? So here dimethoxy functionalities are located, and here we have a ketonic functionality. And wherever we have this nitrile, that further converted into a kind of piperidine ring. Rich head piperidine ring system is generated by means of this hydrogen copper chromate reagent. And wherever cyclohexene is there, that cyclohexene is unaffected. This is the way a kind of establishment of piperidine is possible in this step. Later on, let me treat with hydrazine. N2H4 designated as a hydrazine dissolved in potassium hydroxide. This is N2H4. NH2 KOH is called Wolff-Kishner reagent. And Wolff-Kishner reagent is meant for complete reduction of carbonyl compounds into alkyl. Here is the ketonic functionality that is totally shifted into this methylene. So ketonic functionality converted into methylene group. This is the chemical transformation by Wolff-Kishner reduction, and here is methyl iodide and sodium hydride. Whenever methyl iodide and sodium hydride are treated, what happens? This nitrogen, amide nitrogen is there, that will be alkylated. This N-alkylation taking place. And here also we have a ketonic functionality, right? Obviously, Wolff-Kishner reduction is a strong reducing agent. Ketone obviously converted into again methylene. This is also transformed into methylene, so that amide is shifted into amine. Amide shifted into amine. And here is the cyclohexene unaffected. So this is the transformation, simply reduction, followed by N-alkylation taking place in this reaction. And next, let me treat with sulfuric acid, potassium hydroxide, the potassium tertiary butoxide, and diphenyl ketone. So these are the subsequent chemical transformating reagents. Whenever added, what happens? The kind of reagents able to convert methoxy into hydroxy. So this is called simply deprotection. Methoxy shifted into hydroxyl. And here is the development. Wherever olefinic carbon atom is there, that will be converted into hydroxylated one, and enolic form shifted into ketonic form. So finally, you achieved by these chemical reagents like sulfuric acid, potassium hydroxide, and potassium tertiary butoxide and diphenyl ketone. What happens? This olefin converted into enolic form, subsequently ketonic form, that is tautomerism. And here we have methoxy unaffected. Another methoxy is there. That methoxy will be shifted, will be deprotected into hydroxy functionality. Right. Let me perform bromination. Bromination taking place 2,4-DNPH. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine it will be. 2,4-DNP test is the most selective for the detection of carbonyl functionalities. Right. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine is the reagent that is added whenever this 2,4-DNP test is performed. This ketone will be treated with this one. Hydrochloric acid deprotection is possible. Hydrogen platinum oxide, if treated, that is simply reduction process. Let me show what chemical transformations are taking place by this reaction, by these reagents from this intermediate to next one, right? So here methoxy unaffected, hydroxyl remains acid, benzenoid nucleus unaffected, and here we have saturated cyclohexane ring remains as such. In methylation remains. Here is the kind of alkylation product is there, that kind of molecule orientation will be shifted, and here we have a hydrogen backend, and that will be converted into front side hydrogen atom, which is indicated with red symbol because this is the important key step within the reaction. Stereochemistry is completely inverted. So by means of these reagents, what we can notice, stereochemistry of these two. Wherever wherever we are having this puckered type of ring system will be transformed into a kind of straight chain one, and hydrogen whichever present in the back side will be transformed into front side one. This is the inversion of stereochemistry. This kind of chemical transformation be noticed by these reagents. This is said to be Gates intermediate. The intermediate generated is called Gates intermediate. Now let me treat with bromine dissolved in the acetic acid. This is a brominating agent once again. Bromine dissolved in acetic acid is a brominating agent. 2,4-DNP one more time we need to add, and hydrochloric acid is supposed to be treated. By these reagents, what happens wherever this adjacent carbon atom is there, that is brominated, bromination taking place upon the benzene ring. This is Friedel-Crafts bromination process. And 2,4-DNP, what is the purpose of 2,4-DNP? 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine used to condense with this ketonic functionality, giving rise to a kind of 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone derivative. Phenylhydrazone derivative will be generated within the molecule. And here is also another bromination taking place in the adjacent carbon atom. Whenever bromination taking in the adjacent carbon atom, this bromination is supposed to be this is the way the molecule is participating in the ring cyclization, where that hydrobromic acid will be discarded and the ring cyclization giving rise to a kind of ethereal linkage in between. Subsequent reduction taking place, whenever reduction is carried over, this bromo group is removed and there is a formation of pure intermediate. This is also the significant intermediate in the morphine biosynthesis, right? That is called codyne. Okay, so this is codyne. What difference you can notice between the codyne and morphine? The methoxy, if converted into hydroxy, that is called morphine. So here methoxy analog of that morphine is called codyne. So this is the intermediate generated by this reduction with the lithium aluminum hydride. So that here the codyne intermediate. Now let me treat with pyridine hydrochloric acid. Pyridine hydrochloric acid is the kind of another reagent added that able to convert this methoxybenzene into hydroxybenzene. Methoxybenzene into hydroxybenzene, so that morphine formation is possible. This is the way complete Gates synthesis is accomplished. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.